Saturday night. We're here. It's just me and Father. Well, it's just not. It's the amazing, the one and only Father Menace.
Hello.
Hello, Father. How's it
Hello.
going inside the pond?
I'm okay. We're just, together as two tonight.
It's a little cozy, just you and I.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, the little blokes are missing out.
I think they'll be
Just you.
popping in later on, perhaps.
Oh, I think so. They can't miss tonight. They got fans
So,
for them.
so for tonight, I'm sure we have some sort of topic tonight.
Trump 2020. I can't talk. Not a lot has happened since yesterday because I went on my little tyrant about, Ilhan Omar or whatever, about her comment about white nationalist. And I was bad. I used bad names on Twitter. I used the B word. Almost used the B word. I did type it, but I deleted it.
Is it bad or was it bad or was it appropriate?
I believe it was appropriate. And if Tashibi or Tashaba or whatever the hell her name is can insult me by calling my president a mother flucker,
Yeah.
and she calls it being passionate, well, I was just being passionate about the truth of who that little towel head twat is.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Kristen, for telling everybody of Bob's.
Well, she fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
Oh my, her nose. Her nose is just so weird. Is it me?
No, she's just she's an ugly person. She's ugly on the outside and she's ugly on the inside.
Well, and here's the thing. There was another tweet today that, they're being very aggressive towards the on Twitter about how, the white nationalists are horrible and the diversity is so good and that, we need to accept, Islam and stuff like that. But the fact that her sponsors, one of them is CARE, and CARE is connected tightly with jihadists and Hamas, who hates Israel, who hates Christianity, who hates, Western civilization, who hates Western culture. They want it demolished. They want it done. So their idea of being tolerant is for us to be tolerant of them so they can overthrow us and we can submit to their ideology that would prefer to have us beheaded or raped.
Yes. It's not a culture of assimilation.
No.
It's an ideology of domination, and everybody knows it. And of course that's all you got to do is just look what's happening in France or look what's happening in England. They just come right out and say it. Like, for instance, in England, they'll come right out in March and holler about how they're going to take over England, and the Queen needs to pack her bags and move out of England because they're taking over this, that, and the other thing. And as far as I'm concerned, if I was the Prime Minister of England, I would have ships, aircraft carriers parked the English Channel. I'd have them all parked along the English Channel, along the coastline. And I'd round them up, get them on the ships, and say, goodbye, get out.
Yeah, they need to go. They need to be out of there. They don't want to assimilate. They want to oppress. They want to force the ideologies down the throats. But we need to stand together because, you brought up a good topic is that on the other side of the pond, they're, I mean, in France, the police are brutally beating the French people. They want their country back. They don't want them to submit to Islam. They want what they had, and now they're getting beaten for it. And that's exactly what Omar and Tashid are trying to do. They're trying to overthrow our country, and they're trying to instill this ideology, and they don't care. It's called, I think it's called Turkiya, where they actually lie in order to further advance Islam. It's not a peaceful religion. I mean, look at all the beheadings. Look at all the Christians that are you know, tortured and killed and maimed. Look at the women who do submit to Islam, but if they don't, if their husband sees that their woman isn't doing what they should do, their faces are burned. Their faces, they're, you know, they're mutilated, and women have no rights. But yet Linda Soros or whatever her name is. I'm not good with names tonight, but you all know who I'm talking about.
It's a sore. That's what it is. Sore.
She's definitely a sore.
Yeah.
You know, like the Women's March, and like she's the head of the Women's March where she's wearing a hijab. Really? Yep. Oh, that's what is the tweet that Omar tweeted today. She was talking about how a hijab represents dignity and beauty and strength.
Yeah. Yeah. What about so what does the female mutilation represent?
Yeah, because as far as the videos I've seen of female mutilation, those little girls are not asking for it.
Oh God, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine the doing something like that. It's so far beyond. It's so far beyond everyday thinking or everyday life. You know. This is it's some sort of evil. It's beyond. You know, it's like an evil cult. And so, you know, it's like, you know, feminism for some reason is cozying up to radical Islam, and it's bizarre, you know.
Yeah,
all the oppression on females is it's beyond comprehension. And then you have this far leftist feminist type group, pussy hat wearing morons, cozying up to radical Islam. I mean, basically, they're walking themselves to the guillotine.
Oh yeah, they totally are. And that's the thing, is that these people are like, oh, you know, we're being tolerant. Because I think a lot of people are fear of being targeted as, you know, a racist or intolerant or whatever. So they just go along with it, but they don't realize what they're going along with and what they're going to what situation they're putting themselves into. And they're kids. That's the thing that blows me away. And like this whole thing of pedophilia coming out to the surface, and you know, even though a lot of the talk about pedophilia is negative, you hear it so much, it's going to start numbing the minds and desensitizing people. And so, you know, we're just, you know, since everybody's talking about it and there's so many people doing it, so maybe there is something to it, so we'll just, you know, crack a little bit. I mean, look what, you know, we allow, you know, gay and lesbians to get married. That opened the door, you know, if they wanted. And I'm not, whatever union they want to do, that's fine, but don't call it the same union as a Christian, because it's not. And whatever legalization is that, but now because of that, we have to accept this, and because we accept, you know, because we accept one thing, we have to accept another. And now our kids are in school being indoctrinated with the sick ideology, you know, this mental issue, this where they, body parts and biology and science doesn't mean a thing.
Yeah. It's it's a type of you're witnessing. It's almost like it's almost as if you're somebody with common sense, somebody who lives in the realms of reality, and you're sitting in your living room watching this movie, a Bizarro World. Like the name of the movie is called Bizarro World,
Mm-hmm.
and where everything bad is somehow accepted as good, and that's basically what we're witnessing. It's like we're living in Bizarro World.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Hey, I want to say some hello. Hello, Donna. I heard you the other night. I was stalking you on Bob's channel. That was pretty funny. Just FYI. You had me peeing my pants in Target. Seriously, woman. You were talking to Bob as he was going to bed, and it was freaking hilarious. Yes. So thank you for that. Hi, Michelle, Forbidden Information, Zachary Clark, Shonda, Coco Loco, Kristen. Am I missing anybody? So yeah. So it's oh, Bruce is in the house too. Yeah, Donna, that was pretty funny. We tried to get you on here because I want you on here. So I think Nick talked to you or something, but yeah, I don't know where Nick is, y'all. And I know we promised music tonight, and I don't know where those fellows are, you know?
They're
So
they're they're tuning the piano. That's what they're doing.
that's what they're
They're tuning it.
turning it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had all kinds of stuff set up, and unfortunately, I had a technical problem, and I gotta figure out this signal flow issue. But I really had something cool, and I'm a bit aggravated about it. But um, yeah, so we are heading. Well, actually, it's already starting. I mean, the president's going to have to start campaigning again, and and then of course we're going to see on the other side. We're going to see the circus. We're going to see the clowns. We're going to see the clown car pull up, and all the clowns get out on the Democratic side, and talk about how they're running for office. And you look at the people that are wanting to, run for president in 2020, and you have to scratch your head and laugh, because you have to think of it this way. Look at the people that are running, and then think about the leaders all around the world. Think about North Korea, Kim Jong Un. Think about President Xi in China. You got to think about how some of these rulers, Erdogan in Turkey, they are ruthless people. These people are ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, every angle you can imagine, business doesn't matter. They're ruthless. Now, if you look at the other side, Cory Booker, who's got inbred eyeballs, Kamala Harris, she's a total fraud. I mean, she wears knee pads 24/7. Joe Biden, he's not going to run. He's got too much heat on him. I mean, way too much heat. Plus, there's video of him like groping every child imaginable.
Oh, creepy Joe. Mm.
And as far as the other clowns, I can't even remember. But can you imagine Cory Booker sitting down with President Xi of China and making business deals? I mean, what a joke! I mean, who in the hell in their right mind would vote for these morons?
It's like he claims he was Spartacus. Well, who would he claim when he was doing a deal with China? Bruce Lee? I'm going to have my Bruce Lee moment with him. I would be scared of that, and that would look bad on us.
I mean, honestly, if you look at the Democratic side and who's running, you got to laugh. It's like, really, this is all you got? These fools.
Well, they're
It's
running
like,
on nothing. They have no agenda, nothing. They have this cooped up, we're going to die in 12 years from AOC. Well, and they were all supporting the new Green Deal. And then when it came to time for a vote,
yeah,
nobody voted on it.
yeah.
I want to know why there was 0 votes. Like, you would think at least AOC would have 1 vote, right?
Well, it's based. The climate hoax is based on junk science to begin with. I mean, Al Gore, he's another beauty who lives in like 15,000 square foot home in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
They're all a bunch of hypocrites. They're all in it for the money. That's it. It's just for the money. So, the climate change is junk science. It's a hoax. The planet's climate has been changing since day one. Okay, let's go back in time. Now let's go back. Let's just say, for instance, we were all a modern society. We're living amongst the ice, and then all of a sudden the ice started melting, like it did several times in the past. What would you do? What was, you know what I mean? There was no the ice was melting, the climate was changing. There was no industrial complex.
Yeah. And what about the dinosaur farts?
It's a scam is what it is. And everybody knows it's a scam, except for, the far left. And honestly, you could sell them the Brooklyn Bridge.
Well, I think if you keep digging into it and the whole, crux of it, I would have to go as far as to say that, her major sponsor being George Soros, and his ties to the UN, and their ties with Agenda, 2020 or 2030, how they want to rid most of the population in the world because their theory is that 80% the top 1% of the world, which is the Western culture, use 80% of the resources. So that's why there's this basically we're targeted. If you look globally, what's going on, the focus is on all Western societies and these mass amounts of oppressive cultures being infiltrated on the Western people in order to get them to either submit or, to abolish them. That's why this infanticide is being legalized. This is why, they're pouring millions and millions and millions of dollars in encouraging these illegal aliens to come and infiltrate our borders, and then imposing that our taxpayer dollars pay them to survive. And if you don't do it, you're inhumane and you're not Christian and you're not American.
Well, as far as, Chrissy, you've been in other countries and so let's just think about the environmental issues in India and some of the other places you've been to. So you tell me, is the United States a filthy, dirty country with our oceans, our beaches, and our air and our rivers?
When the last time I was in India was in 2017, I believe it was in June. I went on I believe it was a 6-hour car ride from Punjab to Delhi. I got sick on the pollution. The pollution was so bad. It was like overcast. From the moment I got off the plane, I think that was a 4-week trip. From the moment I got on the plane to the time I got back on the plane, it was overcast. It was smog.
Right.
They burn their trash.
Right.
All the waterways has tons and tons and tons of
They also dump They
They
also
just throw it on the ground. Even
they also
inside the
dump
house, they don't
they
throw
also
anything.
dump their they also dump their dead bodies in the river.
No,
They,
I think they
they,
burn them.
yeah, they burn them and then. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like, you know, excuse me, but the United States doesn't have a dirty coal problem. We don't have any. We don't. Our country's not filthy. You know, these other countries they need to clean up. They need to clean up their household first before they can run their mouth about the United States.
Yeah, and when like with China too, the amount of pollution that China has is outrageous.
Yeah, that's like it looks like fog, and it's smog.
Yeah, it's the same identical problem that there is in China that it is in India. And you know, and that's those are probably the biggest contributors to our, you know, our pollution and to the world. But you know, it's unless they do something, what we do is meaningless. If we were to get rid of all the cows and all the cars and, you know, eat soy for the rest of our lives,
Like
would
yeah,
no-
it's not sustainable
mm-mm.
because you have this is something that vegetarians and vegans. It's an uncomfortable truth. It's an uncomfortable truth that they don't like to swallow. They don't even want to hear about it. So, for instance, you have rivers, and you have the Gulf of Mexico. You have the algae blooms in the Gulf of Mexico. It's called red tide, and then you have the same problems in the rivers in different parts of the United States with algae clogging the rivers. Well, that's because of huge corporate farms, and they having us put in a cheap nitrate into the soil, meaning that there was a time when our farming was organic, and you can't keep up. You can't organic can't keep up with the amount of people wanting to eat, be on these vegan diets. So, for instance, a cow, a cow does not, you know, it's a lie. A cow does not harm the environment, but a giant corporate farm and all its runoff will ruin rivers and have dead spots in the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
That's a fact, and that's you know, all these vegans and vegetarians, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. Actually, they're the problem, not a cow.
Well, and this kind of goes back to the Democrats and their way of thinking and their idea, you know, this you know, distribution of wealth and stuff like that. If they were to do that, then they would have control over the farmlands, over the animals, and all that kind of stuff. And so, how are they going to do that? And here's the thing: is that when our country was first forged, you know, one person out of 10 had a job. Now it's, you know, 20 years ago, I don't know what the statistics are, but 20 years ago, it was one person out of 10 owned a business. And going back to the farming and stuff like that, we've lost touch of that. You know, we're indoctrinated in school. You know, need to do well in school so you can do well in college, and you do well in college, you can get a good job, and you get a good job, you have stability. But here's the thing: Americans don't know what stability is. They become so blinded by this indoctrination of what stability is. Stability is being able to rely on yourself and rely on your community. We're not a community anymore. You know, how many people, I
Yeah.
don't know my neighbors. And if I went to go talk to my neighbors, they're gonna look at me weird. You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I've tried. You know, some of them are, you know, accepting, some of them are, you know, don't want to be bothered. And that's the problem, that we, even, you know, Republicans or conservatives, need to really start thinking about this. Like, we really need to think, you know, for me, it's hard because, you know, where I live, you know, the backyard is only, you know, the size of a postage stamp, and, you know, it's already covered in fake grass, you know, but, um, eh,
Really? It's fake grass?
yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, The water.
Is there anything real? Is there anything real in Los Angeles?
We can't water because we're in drought, but yet you have HOA rule saying that you have to have a good looking yard. So what are you gonna do?
Oh, Jesus.
So, but front grass is real. But I mean, I need to practice what I preach, but hopefully I will be soon, get out of here and get into the fresh air and stuff. And too, like, California, we're from when I was growing up to now, the smog is a totally different issue. We don't have the smog like we used to. No, I'm not saying it's not there, but it's not the same. It's much.
No.
It's gotten
it's
better.
Yeah, it's way better. I mean, I'm an asthmatic, and the last time I was in Los Angeles, it was, you could barely see it. I mean, it was just very, very. Some days it's not there because of the ocean breeze, just blows it out. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like the United States, and that's a good example of Los Angeles. Is that Los Angeles in the 1970s or 80s, the smog was horrible. I mean, it was like almost brown. It was so bad.
Yeah.
And
a kid, during the summertime, it was just this pocket of haze that it was just like we're in this like little bubble. Like where I lived, you could see it like that it was in the bubble, but it was just, but it does make for pretty sunsets though.
Yeah. And of course now it's a very thin veil. It's you really have to kind of like move your head and kind of get certain angles and kind of see where it is. And that's because the United States always makes efforts through technology, because our country is always moving with technology. And and it's the United States is not a dirty country. It's not a polluted country. It's not dirty. Los Angeles is a perfect example. I mean, the smog issues in Los Angeles it's virtually not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And the coal and the plants, the coal technology today, when they have such scrubbers, there's that the coal that comes out of the stacks, it's not dirty. It's not like it used to be. The technology's changed. The coal is not dirty. That's another lie. And our water, I mean, we do have certain problems with farming. And like I just said moments ago, but let's look at the real problems as far as environmental issues, and that's basically China and other, like India's, got problems.
And hey, Donna, do you want to come on too? Do you feel comfortable enough to put your? Let me see. I think I might know where you. I might be able to get you on here.
Hello, Chrissy.
I should ask you if you want to come on first before I invite you. Hey, Archer, how are you?
Hey, not too bad, man. Scrubbing kids in the bathtub, but I was listening to what you guys were talking about, and I just wanted to throw a couple points in there if I can, if I got a second.
Yeah.
So I've done a lot of research, and some people who know me that I came from a big background of petroleum. One of the things that you see in those Asiatic countries in India that you don't see here and that I know about is there's a product called VTB that is basically power vacuum bottoms. And what it is in a cracking tower, whenever you're producing gasoline, for example, it's the first stage of the tower. And what it is it's essentially the closest thing I can tell you what it is. It's like a tar, and it's extremely, extremely thick, heavy, but it puts out a lot of energy. The Chinese run their ships off of it. It's extremely cheap here. It's illegal to burn in our country, so we sell it to everybody else. And then touching on what Father Menace said about farms, there's some really interesting research out there about Monsanto and corporate farming. they found that actually, if you were to go back to the old style of farming, the food is much healthier. Boy, I'm getting all kinds of background.
It's me.
That's Nick. That's Nick driving his car through Detroit streets.
Yeah, hold on. Let me mute it until you're done talking.
Okay, yeah. Give me just a second, brother.
All right, hold on.
So anyhow, they've done this huge research, and there's some plots of land, and I think it was originally conducted back in Pennsylvania, and it was almost a 20-year study. And the plot of land that was farmed with no chemicals and none of the urea, like he's talking about dumping into the soil, it produced just as much. And actually, the stuff that they put in the Monsanto plot that had all the chemicals, that had everything, it actually produced less.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. And another thing, when you said Pennsylvania, all you got to do is look no farther than the Amish community. They do all organic, this, that, and the other thing. Their children, they don't have any problems with Down syndrome. All their food is organic. They have wood ash in their soil, natural nitrates, all that. And that's, go ahead, DA.
Well, a lot of that comes down to problems in corporate, where to get rid of it, for example. And fluoride, obviously, we know what the effects of fluoride is, but a lot of people don't know what it started from. And fluoride is a byproduct. It's extremely toxic. Anywhere else except for our water supply, it is do not handle. I mean, it's horrible stuff. But it's a byproduct that they can't get rid of. So somebody comes up with this idea of dumping it in our water stream to get rid of it, and now we're drinking this shit for them. And so it all comes down to corporate cost. And it just, legislation gets paid off, and these guys are taking all this money from. I mean, look at all these people in the House and Senate and everything else. They all start out as poor nobodies and are retiring multi-millionaires. They're not making that off of what the U.S. citizens are paying them. They're making that off of all the lobbyists and interest groups that are paying them to get rid of their toxic waste by dumping it in our water, to feeding it to our kids. It's ridiculous. And I don't know how we stop it, but that's the freaking problem right there.
Yeah. Anytime you see some trendy that's like, I'm a vegan. We're all vegans. We're blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, I have to laugh. I'm like, okay, what, do you have a greenhouse? Do you have a greenhouse? Are you tilling your own soil and growing your own vegetables? Because if you're not, you're the problem.
Absolutely. I mean, it's look like, look at chicken, and a lot of people, it's funny. They say, well, you grow your own and this and that. And one thing people don't realize is if you go down to the feed store today and you buy a whole lot of chickens, they're the same exact chickens that are being grown for McDonald's. Those big corporate industries drive anybody else to produce what they want. The excesses for us. And yeah, we may feed that bird better, but the fact of the matter is, he's a genetic mutant, and he's nowhere close to being natural. You turn on the TV anywhere, like you say, Christy, India. You look at a chicken, what does that thing look like? He looks like a freaking little bitty skinny roadrunner damn near. And look at the ones we got now. At 8 weeks old, if you don't kill them, they break their legs because they grow so fast. I mean, it's stupid.
Well, like when I first got a chicken, I asked for a chicken breast, and they looked at me like, you don't want anything else? I'm like, no, just one chicken breast. And they're like, they just thought I was very strange. And the chicken breast, I seriously was this big. I thought it was a heart. I thought they gave me the heart because it was dark and it was little. I was like, what is this? And they're like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And like I said, I wish I knew the answers, but I think if somebody had all the answers, and if you could go back to living in the teepees or whatever it was and getting in touch with nature, the problem is there ain't no money in that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's no money in it. And that's kind of the whole irony about the whole Star Trek thing that Gene Roddenberry had. There was no money involved in that. And it was everybody working together as a conglomerate to get something accomplished. Now, obviously, that does sound a lot like the one world order, but you know what I mean? That's a whole different story in itself.
Yeah, it's definitely. Donna says when chickens go from egg to mature adult in 2 months, there's something very wrong, and that's so true. I mean, it's the genetics. And here's another thing: like when I was in India, the way my hair and my nails grew was really different.
It's that
My
water.
nails were so nice, and the fruit and the foods were so. Despite the fruit and the vegetables were just amazing.
Yeah, I go up to the city from where I'm at, and we're not on a process system yet. You know, all they do is process the sewage water that goes out to sea so far. But if I go up there and I spend a weekend up there, whenever I come home and I jump in the shower, I very noticeably notice chlorine smell. You know, just because I'm saturated with it just from a weekend of being in town. It's crazy. You know. And, and then there's another study done that, like, go back to what Father was talking about all these kids having problems and stuff. There's another really interesting study done about the school lunch program. They say that they believe 75 to 80% conservatively, all problems in children, attention deficit disorder, all this other crap could be eliminated if we just. And that was cooking in the school and not just ordering this processed shit out of some company that's selling the same crap to McDonald's. I mean, I go to see what my kids are eating. It's fucking pizza and it's all this just junk, man. And
some of the school programs. I mean, what was that thing that Michelle Obama tried to introduce? I don't know, a while ago, and it was supposed to be this really good thing, and it didn't turn out to be a good thing.
The share size. Yeah, the share size. I tell you what, you want to see a school program, you go look at the France production, France, what those kids eat. You go look at Sweden, what those kids, they're all eating real food, man. It's none of this box bag crap, you know, and I just, you know, as I hate to say it, I just see it as, I think the United States is a big target, and it do everything it can. I mean, we consume well over 50%, almost 50% of all the world's energy combined, and we're just one. You know what I mean? And you know, that's why I turned off the TV. I couldn't walk down the store without my daughter. I want this, I want that, because it was 2 minutes of program and 8 minutes of commercials. You know, it's a pre-programmed society, and it's just nuts, man. And I wished I knew what the answer was, but I don't know what it is.
I'd like to apologize for being late, you guys. Sorry, Chrissy.
No, you're out of here.
Oh my gosh, what should we do with you? I don't know.
I mean, if I don't drive off a bridge for my own volition, I think you guys are good. I mean, on top of the fact that it is now snowing when it was raining and 50 here the last 2 days.
It's snowing. Okay, you're getting your penance. And you're not allowed to watch the turtle video tonight, so that's your penance.
But I have to, because I'm the one that brought the turtle video to light. So you can't take that from me. Why doesn't I saw Donna in there in the chat room? You should bring her on. You should bring Miss Donna on.
Is that the Donna White that you've been looking for, Nick? Or is that the one?
That's the one that was on Bob's channel.
Oh yeah, Donna, by all means, come on. I think Nick was talking that he sent you a friend request. You ought to hit him up.
Well, I did talk to her, and we were going to try and get her on last night, but she wasn't available. So if she wants to get on tonight, and Chrissy is okay with it, I can throw her on the invite if she wants to do that.
Yes, I already asked her on before you know.
Oh, okay.
Rudely, popped up late.
Yeah.
We still.
Yeah.
I want it to be like I wanted to be like that Like, surprise, you're pregnant. See how that works?
What? Me?
No, not
No,
you.
I'm pregnant. Well, there's got to be some answers.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, we're trying to start some shit up somewhere. I mean, it's been really quiet lately. That
would be a really good rumor to get around the YouTube community. Chrissy's pregnant, and who does it?
Who the baby daddy?
I gave birth to Maxine Waters about 9 o'clock this morning.
That's funny. Hey guys, just real quick.
No.
I just heard that piece that you guys were talking about. I wanted to interject, but I got kids, man, and I got them in the tub, and I wanted to call in, give my 2 cents about what I think about some of that stuff. So hopefully some people will look into it, because it's not just the vegans. You know what I mean? It's everybody else. It's whenever we go to the store, we're supporting the same damn thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, guys, peace.
See ya.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you very much. Donna, where are you? Oh, Donna. Where's Chris?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's our entertainment, you know?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him.
Yeah.
Maybe he ran into the same type of situation I did. I don't know.
I thought maybe you guys were like, you know, fighting over me.
Me and Chrissy Ann thought that you guys were tuning the piano.
Yeah. can tune a piano, but can't tune a fish. No, I actually didn't talk to him today because we talked yesterday, obviously, while we were on.
Mm-hmm.
And I just assumed that he was in here. But
did he drive into some small Ohio town, and his car break down, and all of a sudden these creepy children came out of the cornfield and.
I don't know.
All right. Can you see the screen?
Hold on.
What?
I'm driving, so.
What are you gonna put up? What are you gonna put up?
I found this turtle video, and I just loved it. I just wanted to show everybody a turtle video because y'all know I love turtles. Turtle. Tell me when you can see it.
I see it.
Yeah. All right. Look at this. Is funny. Look at this. This is me and Nick. Like, wake up, man. Stop talking.
Beating him up.
The hell?
Pinterest. That's my Pinterest. Don't judge me. Don't judge.
Donna, I'll send you an invite.
Oh, yeah, you do need to. Oh, yeah, you'll have to go to Hangout.
Tell her, yeah. If you're listening, I'll add you in on this conversation, and then you just got to do what you did last time and click on the call and accept, and then you're in there. That easy. But yeah, you have to go to Hangouts to do it.
Yeah.
Well, we got 10 people in here, but nobody's really talking, huh?
I know. Come on, you guys. What's going on? Is Michelle still in here? Bruce, Kristen?
Is Michelle on or no?
Shonda's in here. Hello, Shonda. Let's see. Kristen, Michelle, Zachary.
We'll add
20.
People.
So yeah, and then see. Let's check on.
You know, it says frequent people. Sometimes it'll say frequent people, and sometimes it won't. Oh, there it is. All right, cool. Sometimes they show up and they don't. It's really weird. All right, you're added, Donna. All you got to do is go into your Google Hangouts now and look in your conversations, and you'll find the one that I just added to you. And if it doesn't show up, go to the invites, the little invite tab, and you'll find it.
So just to give you guys, I know you guys check in here once in a while for Israeli updates. 7 hours ago, 5 rockets were launched from Gaza at Israel. And then 4 hours ago, in response to that, Israel did send IDF team, struck a number of Hamas military posts in the Gaza Strip. So the escalation, the tension is escalating. So I don't think it's going to de-escalate until after the election. The Israeli election is coming up soon. So it's between Benjamin Netanyahu, who is getting attacked a lot lately. And,
what does Gaza Strip? Well, I mean, what do they expect to do? What are they trying to
Hello?
do? Because
oh, there you are.
How are you?
Oh God.
Uh-oh, she's on mute now.
Don't mute yourself. Stop muting yourself.
You muted yourself, Donna. Uh-oh.
Technical problems.
So, when Donna's fixing her technical problems, but anyways, yeah, so Benjamin Netanyahu is kind of like, he's the conservative out of the two. The other guy running against him, he does have a military background, but I mean, anybody in Israel is going to have a military background because it's, you know, you male or female, you have to enlist and serve. So, but he's a little bit more the progressive. So it's going to be, it's going to be a very interesting outcome to see what happens. Oh, is she there?
I can see your bed frame again now.
What in the heck is going on?
She's Donna. Can you hear us?
What are you passed out on the floor?
No, are you Bob? Well, she unmuted it, so I don't know if she can hear us now, but
she'll figure it out.
That's the dog again.
Oh, Lord.
There you go. Now you got your camera on again. Just turn your camera off and leave your microphone on. And she also, I think she doesn't realize how to put it on speaker either yet. Oh. I think that was the other issue she had. So she's like, I don't get it. And I kept telling her, you got to click on the picture and then you can either change it from phone to speaker or back to phone.
She'll figure it out. But yeah.
It's like unintentional comedy.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, what is Gaza Strip? What are they trying to achieve? I mean, the Gaza Strip, they're about the size of a parking lot. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost like an annoying little twit, just like a chihuahua biting at your ankles or something. It's like the Gaza Strip.
The thing is, it's not just Gaza Strip; it's Iran backing, and it's
I mean, that's where they get their money. Yeah,
and it's not going to go away. It's never going to go away. You know, not until, I mean, everything is happening that was, you know, is being prophesied 2,600 years ago. It's not going to stop.
Yeah. Israel should just push them into the Mediterranean and just be done with it.
Donna, are you there yet? Hello?
I see fingers.
I can hear you. Oh yeah, you can't because she can't. Put it up to your head. Put it up to your head, and I'll tell you how to put it on speaker.
Is that a picture frame? Gotta play the Benny Hill music.
Bruce said he's just here. Did you see the new porn? Did I play some more turtle porn?
Oh, Donna. Oh, Donna.
More technical difficulties.
Damn it.
More
Damn
technical difficulties.
it.
Anyway, so besides Israel, what else? What else? I mean, we don't have credit. We can't do we can't do like old commercial music. We can't do any game show songs. We can't do any sitcom music of the 1970s because Chris decided to disappear.
I came back, so
yeah, Chris, you're listening.
My whole setup, man. I don't even want to get into it right now. But anyways,
yeah.
Oh man, I had it all. It was beautiful. And then as soon as Hangouts came on, it just went to shit.
Really?
Because, because it's. I don't want to get into it right now. It's all this technical crap. We could talk about this later off air. But anyways, so Israel. Now we push Israel out of the way. I mean, what's next?
What the hell?
That's
what in the hell?
There.
Donna, can you hear us? Donna.
Breaker 1.5 Radio Shack, Donna.
Well, the sound's gone out on my phone and everything else. I cannot.
Donna, hello. Donna, hello.
We can hear you, Donna.
That's damn technical difficulties.
Muslims.
I guess you are hearing everything I have to say, but I can't hear a damn thing you have to say.
Okay.
Because it says that you're up there.
But you can hear us? How do you know we can hear? How do you know we can hear you, but you can't hear us? I'm confused.
I can barely hear you right now since I'm sticking my head up to the phone.
Okay.
But it says ongoing call, and I cannot get in, and it's just.
You're there. You're here.
You know,
you're here.
I mean, I even went back to YouTube, and I can't hear anything. So.
Somehow you're.
So if somebody wants to talk really loud, I'm right here with my ear to the phone.
Okay. Well, can you hear?
I don't know what's going on. I'm not a big part of this. I hate technology. Because that's why we're here today. No, but
Donna, can you hear me?
I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try to get out of everything and see if I can do something again.
Can you hear me?
Donna,
hello?
can you hear us? That's funny. That's hilarious.
She's got volume control. She has volume control on her phone. Just tell her to hit the volume control, turn it up.
I love the bulldog in her picture.
Y'all can hear me, but I can't hear you.
I can barely hear her.
Barely hear you now.
You're going to have to start all over again, Donna.
Jesus.
I mean, you were on Bob's channel. You were talking to him.
Yeah, but she got out one time on accident, and then I had to walk her through how to get back in.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Yeah, she was fine, but she didn't. I don't think she realizes how to turn the speaker versus the headphone thing on and off. You know what I mean?
Okay, Donna, mail your phone to Nick. Nick will figure out your phone. He'll shoot you an email.
I need all your passwords. Including the ones to the hidden picture folders. Those I know there's a different password for those. But that could be right where the issue is in the hidden picture folders.
Yeah. Nick will mail your phone back to you with Post-it notes all over it, stuck all over.
You know, she's been talking to Nick more than a day. She probably has some nasty pictures just from what Nick said to her.
Wait, hold on. How are you trying to portray me right now?
Oh,
That
that didn't turn out good, did it?
That could really come off in several ways.
No, Nick, no. Okay, just for clarifications, Nick did. I'm not accusing of Nick sending pictures of himself. Nick is an artist, and he
on YouTube
there
now.
you are.
Nick,
Kind of hear you, Donna.
Donna.
Hello.
Hello, Pippin. Hello.
No, Nick's been.
Yes, we kind of hear you.
Yeah. And the volume's up all the way on her.
This time.
Do you have a jitterbug? I mean, what do you got?
Hold on.
Nick, Nick has been sending pictures to me.
Shut up.
He's like, hey, check this. Hey, check this out. Check this one out, man. This was 7 o'clock this morning.
You dick. Shut the fuck up, man. You fucking mad.
I'm jealous I didn't get one. What happened?
Well, there's reasons why you don't get them anymore.
Oh, because I started selling them.
Yep.
He's like,
I cannot
hey.
hear anything on my phone now.
We can kind of hear you.
You won't be able to see YouTube. You'll just see our ugly mugs. That's all.
Yeah.
Hello.
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 Hello. So yeah. So what else is going on?
Well,
How much
Nick was
time
like,
do you have?
well, Nick was like, oh man, I've been looking at these teepees on Craigslist. I'm like, oh really? Yeah. Then of course, it's a different kind of teepee.
Is that what you call it, Nick? Teepees?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting, pictures of teepees.
Wow.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what?
Is that
I'm like, you know what, you filthy animal? That's the reason why you're my real estate agent.
That's sweet that you guys do that.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Sharing's caring.
That's something you said last time.
Right?
What's up with that turtle, man? Is that a female slapping the male turtle in the face?
Yeah. You guys want to see it again?
I could still hear somebody talking in a very low tone on here. So
we can hear you now.
Donna, how are you? Is that better?
I've actually cut everything off. I can't even hear YouTube. So.
Uh-oh.
This is ridiculous.
Oh, Bruce wants more troll. I mean, more turtle. More turtle.
The technical difficulties continue.
How about a hippo? Does anybody want to see a hippo?
No, I think we need a station identification.
I'm not ready for that yet.
Oh, man.
I am not ready for that yet.
Oh, jeez. Prima donna.
No kidding, huh?
Hold on. I will be right back. Give me 2 seconds.
All right.
All right. What are you doing? We're doing a crack deal?
I guess.
For everyone to hear and see, so.
I can hear her.
Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
Man.
Where?
It's technical difficulty Saturday night.
I know. This is crazy.
Man. Like, I couldn't get any of my.
A little laugh out of this because it still says you're up there and I'm talking to you, but
we can hear you. It's not Saturday night until we get some porn.
Damn. Jesus. Damn.
That turtle.
God, there's slobber coming out of his mouth.
That's okay. There's a mop on the bottom turtle.
Damn. Yes, look at those big flat thighs. Look at the thighs. Big chunky thighs.
I know. Was it good enough for you? Are you happy?
Damn. What a weird animal.
Oh, I get to see two turtles having sex. Can't hear. Jesus.
You're missing out, Donna.
Where's a child when you need one?
Oh my goodness.
Bruce, did I disappoint you? Was it the turtles you wanted to see, or did you want to see the pictures that Nick was sending to Father?
Okay. Some sort of an anomaly, some light anomaly.
I know.
And there's a bulldog. So you have the debacle in Israel, and then what else?
So we got Israel going on in the Middle East, Hamas connected with AOC and just whatever the other one is. AOC was talking about cow farts again. That's where the turtle wax comes from. Bruce. Yeah, the thing that's funny is that all of this craziness that's going on is just it's all part of prophecy, and that's just, to me, is hopeful. I mean, to me, that's kind of exciting because we know what the outcome is. You know, as much as negativity that's going on out there, you know, and the other thing is like people who are, you know, fighting for conservatives, you know, rights and our freedoms and our liberties and all that kind of stuff. You know, that there's a lot of fighting amongst us that is just, you know, it's laying heavy on people, and it's getting ridiculous. People are losing sight of what's right. They're so focused on themselves that they're forgetting that this is a community, that there's something bigger and greater than themselves. And it's frustrating and it's sad at the same time because we're all fighting the same fight, and then yet we're fighting amongst each others.
Yeah. You know, prophecy, you know, getting back to prophecy, you're right.
Oh.
Hello.
Did Donna get her things figured out?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
It's been one shit show after another.
Oh, jeez. Do you hear us? She's got her microphone turned off again. I was trying to log into the Google Hangouts on my PC and use my Wi-Fi tethering, and it was taking a very long time to work. So this is why I'm back on my phone. But because I think the quality of the processor in my computer sounds a lot better for the vocal output. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that when somebody's on a PC versus a phone.
Oh yeah, it's way better. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
So I was trying to do it, but for whatever reason, it just kept saying you're about to enter the call, but it would never connect.
Yeah.
For some
Yeah,
odd reason.
I had my keyboard, I had a whole thing going, and then as soon as Chrissy called me, it just went to hell. So I'm like,
because I can still type in there,
uh-huh.
and it works, but it must be the bandwidth or something, maybe, possibly the bandwidth, because it just was taking forever. So
my end was a signal flow problem. So
well, mine must be the bandwidth from the phone internet to the computer and how it processes it. But
yeah,
I mean, Donna, oh Donna,
there we
Donna.
go. Turtles. Oh, look at backwards.
Keep it smooth, keep it smooth, keep it smooth. Keep it
so
smooth,
yeah, like like I was saying about prophecy. You're right. I mean, prophecy is going to come to pass, and what's going to happen is Schiff is going straight to hell, and when he gets there, he's going to be Adolf Hitler is going to be banging him in his ass for eternity.
Oh yeah. It's
Krista, you look glowing tonight. Did
Do
you do
I?
something different?
no.
Oh,
I brushed my hair and my teeth.
well, that's always a good thing.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm. And use deodorant.
Well, nobody's
yeah.
gonna. We don't have smell-o-vision, but that's always good to know as well.
Yeah.
Liberty Rush says you got mange on that hat.
Yeah.
Hi, Liberty Rush.
I'm currently sitting here looking at Chrissy Ann, and while she's not wearing a hat, I am actually wearing a hat. It's the official red, white, and blue mega hat.
Yeah.
I love this hat. It's a great hat.
So I wanted to ask you about the cocks.
Well,
If
wait, hold on. You want to know about the cucks?
I want to know. What I want to know is that the cucks, if the cucks are from Canada, are they Canucks?
Well,
That's a good question. What do you call Canucks?
well, technically, if you want to get into the technicalities of it, they're all just cucks. But I mean, you can call them Canucks, but they've always been Canucks. They're more like they're Canuck cucks is what they are. You know what I mean?
So basically, it's hot tubs, heifers, and Canucks.
Well, Canuck cucks, yeah.
Hey, you guys, just since Liberty Rush is here in the house, if you guys haven't had a Liberty Rush account,
Get one.
I highly, highly, highly advise you to get one. The owner is amazing. He's awesome. He's working very hard. It's like Facebook on steroids. It's got a lot of all kinds of awesome, great tools, and there's no censorship. That doesn't mean you can bully or be mean to people. So, you know what? It's crap. Forget it. Liberty Rush sucks. Just joking. No.
Yeah, viewers are dropping. We're actually at 12.
Hello.
Is Donna here?
Donna?
Oh no.
Now she's bye. Yeah, I was gonna get a Liberty Rush account, but then I was like, nah. If it was something cooler sounding than Liberty Rush,
What if it was like Liberty Rush?
Liberty Rush.
That sounds cool to me.
Are-
She is.
Is she back in?
Yeah, she's back in.
Can you hear us?
I don't hear her.
Man,
This whole stream is about to see if we get Donna on here or not.
God, nothing's working tonight.
Good luck finding names that ain't taken. So supercalifragisexpialidocious 1468 is taken.
Liberty Rush. What else are you gonna what would you name the Liberty Rush?
I like Liberty Rush. I just like I want to be able to say it like really cool, and I don't feel like it. I mean, it's definitely, you could say Facebook really cool. No, I'm just kidding. Facebook sucks.
Book of Faces.
Yes, I was to sign on the Book of Face or to talk to friends, but they are all lots of liberal assholes, so I go to Liberty Rush instead. Now I talk to lots of very cool people. You should go there. Yes.
Liberty, I think Forbidden Information is trying to talk to you, but Liberty, I can see your message. Saying all that and six pack.
Hey.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Damn.
Oh, you guys are gonna have to hug afterwards. You go smooshish.
Who keeps coming in and out?
Donna.
Hey, it's Donna. You never talk to other users.
Only talk to.
I get confused.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all about love tonight, right? It's Saturday night and we're feeling all right. Right?
Feeling all right.
Yeah.
Right. But I think this is winding down. I think we're out of turtle porn, we're out of subjects, but I think we hit on a lot of the good stuff tonight. You know?
Yeah, I know. I felt like I was here the whole time, guys.
Yeah, you know what? Father got to talk tonight. And so did you. I'm just joking. But where's Boston?
Oh, you know what? I haven't seen him around lately. I could try and pull him up here and see if he's available.
Good night, Michelle. Sweet dreams, hon. Love ya.
You are listening to Christiana Saturday night chat and all that fun stuff. We're doing so good, and Chrissy looks really pretty.
Thank you. All right, y'all.
Keep it smooth.
Any last words?
Good night.
All right. All right, you guys. Good night. Love you all. Peace. See you tomorrow.